Hello everyone, my name is Anuj. I'm a final-year MBBS student at GMC Nagpur. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be sharing 10 of the things that I did last year that completely changed my life around. And I definitely think that all of these 10 things, if you right from today, the next 365 days, you're going to thank yourself at the end. So make sure to watch this video till the end to find out everything. Like you, I also set a lot of resolutions last year. I did not achieve many of them, but I did achieve a few of them, the ones that really mattered to me. As we go through each of these points, I'll tell you what my story was through each of them. Point number one, that is reading more. When was the last time that you actually picked up a book apart from your academics, apart from your Robbins, your Bailey? I'm sure most of the audience that is watching this haven't even completed one single book in the last year. But my friends, let me just tell you something that even I used to feel that way, that I'm not going to get any time because all the books of the courses that I have to complete. So I put that as an excuse. I did not read at all for the last 3 years. But as soon as 2022 started, I decided that I'm going to read a lot. And that is exactly what I did. I read almost 1 or 2 books per month. And finally, I'm so happy to say that I've completed roughly around 30 to 35 books this year alone, which was not the case last year. And this gave me such a big positive change in my life, I cannot even describe it. When you read a book, Carl Sagan once said that one of the most magical things in the world is a book. And reading something gives you a perspective from others' point of view. You can start anywhere from fiction to non-fiction or something else entirely. But make sure that you have a list of things that you actually want to read and do that. It will change your life. Second, exercise and workout. I think this is a cliche one because every new year, everybody thinks that they have to lose weight, they have to exercise more. But the thing is that I'm not asking you to exercise like for 1 hour, 2 hours, going to the gym and all of that. I just want you to exercise your mind by meditating. I want you to exercise your body by going out for a walk or doing something a little more tiring than usual, making use of all these ligaments and all the tendons that are present in your body which have not been utilized properly since like forever. So here's the thing, take out 5 minutes of your time to meditate every day in the morning when you wake up, and take out 30 minutes of your time to just do some light exercise every day. If you have a goal for bodybuilding or whatever, do those specific exercises, those reps and sets. But for all the average viewers who are watching this, just doing 30 minutes of plain simple exercise can give you so much health benefits as well, decreasing your cardiovascular risk, increasing your pulmonary function, increasing your overall psychological well-being. So yes, exercise is a good thing and you should absolutely try it. Point number 3, positive affirmation. So up until last year, I was at a point in my life where everything was just going haphazard because the channel was growing rapidly. I did not really know what the direction of the channel was, where it was going. My studies were a bit struggling with YouTube in between, and I found this very strange feeling of imposter syndrome inside me, feeling like I did not do well neither on YouTube or on studies or whatever, and I felt pretty bad about myself for a long period of time. And it is pretty normal if you're in med school, if you feel like that. I'm sure a lot of your batchmates will resonate with this as well. So the thing is, positive affirmations is something that you have to do every day. Morning you just wake up and smile and just say to yourself that whatever you're doing is good, whatever you're doing at your own pace. There's really no need of doubting yourself or considering yourself as an imposter. Another thing is that also realize the biggest asset that you have is time, and the more time you spend doubting yourself, the more time that you spend in that self-doubt and not doing your work productively, you're actually losing out on so many different things. Just tell yourself in just 1 or 2 lines that you're doing good, it's okay, everything's gonna be fine, and you are on the right direction. Number 4, I think everybody struggles with this, is there are a lot of negative people around us, be it from aunties in our neighborhood to your own relatives who might not support you at times, might call you names. But the thing is that if you really want to get ahead, then just stop paying attention to all of these people. You can't really get rid of them, but you can get rid of them psychologically. You can ignore all of that and just don't think about them. There's a fine line of difference here. There is something called as positive criticism, there's something called as negative criticism. If you're a student of class 11 and 12 and you're not studying that much, and if your parents are telling you to study, that's something which is positive criticism. And if you're just doing everything correctly and then somebody says ki you look like and you look dumb, that is something which is absolutely unrelated. You can't really do anything about it. So that is something which is not at all positive criticism. So avoid the people who are talking in this sense, and you will notice that the moment you start ignoring this negativity in your life, a lot of thoughts inside yourself will change as well, and you will find a lot of confidence in your life. Number 5 is my personal favorite in the entire list. So this is travel more. It's very hard to find time these days to travel, and it's also difficult to find the money to travel. But if you can arrange some sort of money and some sort of time in between, just make sure to use it on experiences and not things and people, because things and people will definitely expire one time or the other. But your experience which you get from traveling and exploring the world or exploring just the neighboring city that you've got will be with you forever. Click a lot of photos wherever you go, just enjoy your time, take in all the experiences, and at the end of traveling you will definitely feel that you have been changed entirely. तुम्हें ऐसा लगेगा कि you have gotten to know yourself a bit better. I profoundly realized this when I was traveling solo in Europe. So it was a dream dream of mine for like 20 years. Since the day I was born, I guess I was dreaming of being in Europe. It was so engraved in me, like I really wanted to go into Paris, and the moment I was there, it changed my life. So yeah, travel more, maybe to another place, maybe to a city close by, or maybe to another experience which you find would be good for you. Number 6 is something which we should all practice, is by saving money. If you save money, you can definitely spend it more on experiences and spend it more on the things you like. There's this generalized rule which is present in the public that is called as the 50-30-20 rule. So let's say that you are earning some sort of X income, 50% goes towards your needs. That will be your food, housing, clothing, electricity, gas, whatever, that goes towards 50%. Then we have the 30%. The 30% is what you want. So I want to buy a new iPhone, I want to buy a new car, I want this new bag, I want to travel over there. So that is the 30%, and 20% is save. So you're a student, what should you do? You should absolutely save at least 50% of what you're earning, because the earlier you start saving, the more returns you get later on in the future. That's the generalized idea. I know that most of you people watching this video are going to be starting earning very, very soon, like in this year, probably next year. Whenever we earn our first salary, we usually think that we should spend it on something that we've always wanted or something like that. Definitely do that, but try to save maximum portion of it. You will thank yourself later in the future when you have built some sort of emergency fund for yourself, when you have secured something for yourself. It will really give you positive vibes about yourself, and when you save quite a lot of money, you definitely, change your life. One thing that I definitely want to point out over here is that whenever you can invest your money into something, that is the best way to go about it. And no, this is not a segue to CoinDCX or something. It's just the thing that invest into your business. Let's say that I'm a YouTuber. I would definitely want some sort of video editor for me, so I would definitely put some money for the video editor, whatever position there is, and I would try to expand my business as much. The 7th point is a bit more about mental clarity, and this is to just sit down and write down what are your goals for this year and how you actually want to achieve them. Take out a journal and just write down ki is saal mera goal hai, I want to reach 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I want to be the top in Final-year MBBS, and I want to enjoy a lot with my friends in an international tour. So yeah, there you go, 3 goals. And next you write down what do you want to achieve and how do you want to achieve them. So let's say 1 million subscribers, so I would have to put like 50 or so videos. Friends that are trip pe jana hai, abhi se manana padega because they cancel at the last moment. So all of this just write down and make sure that you look at your goals every day, because अगर तुम्हारी life में goals नहीं है तो you won't really know what direction to go. It's like you're driving a car without a map. You don't know what road leads to where, so you're just blindly following where everybody is going. One of my goals this year was to, of course, read more books, but also to make higher quality videos, which I'm currently doing. It was also to expand the team, which is currently happening, which has already happened, and to build the studio. Well, so all of that happened because I had planned it way earlier and I put my efforts sequentially towards that target. Point number 8, the biggest change you can bring in your life is surrounding yourself with better people, surrounding yourself with people who are more successful than you. It's usually said that you're the average of the 10 people that you're around with. So agar wo 10 people, if they are doing not much work, if they are just wasting your time, then you're probably going to end up just like them. If those 10 people are the people who are absolutely top of their game, they're crushing it with academics, they're crushing it with different things, then probably you will inherit some abilities that you have got. If you feel like the people that you're hanging out too much with are not going to be positive in your life, don't feel bad about leaving them. Instead, make connections with people who are really at the top and talk to them about your ideas, your plans, and how you can make them work. And I'm sure most of the people that you talk with who are at the top of their game will absolutely help you out, because they have walked the same steps that you have. Whenever a person is successful, they usually try to pull up another person, and a person who is not really that successful usually tries to pull down a person. You'll just find that out by talking to different people. The 9th point is absolutely academic, that is study like you mean it. For most of the times we study just because we have our exams. For the most of the times we study because we want to complete that textbook or something like that. This was exactly my ideology also few months ago. You would see me in videos preparing for exams, but not really for the real experience. But that completely changed. I had a very intense flight incident with me where a person who was traveling in a flight with me had suffered acute onset paralysis, and I was the only person who belonged to a medical background in that flight itself. So at that point I really realized that there is so much more to life than just exams and exams. So study like you mean it. Study so that you can save a life one day. Study so that you can change somebody's future one day. So yeah, that was probably the most valuable tip I've got if you're a student, if you're a med student specifically speaking. And the last point is daily journaling, the 10th point, which is something which I'm absolutely new to, and I'm going to try this experiment out for 1 year, and at the end of 1 year I'll be sharing my experiences with you. But from what I've heard and what I've read and what I've listened in podcasts, I know that this is something which is very, very positive. This is something which will give you a lot more clarity in your life. So yeah, daily journaling, try it with me from 1st of Jan till 31st of December 2023. Anyways, those were all the 10 points that I had in my mind, using which you can change your life like starting today. They were all absolutely practical tips, and the last tip is thodi si personal. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to this channel, because I promise to deliver high quality content just like this. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Happy New Year to all the people watching this, and if you're watching after 1st of January, well, Happy New Year to you too. Chalo, milte hain next Sunday at 10 AM. It's your boy Anuj. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye. Nice. ये देखिए रिमोट है, इससे ना जूम भी होता है. How cool.